Most of you know me through my family and their story. I've always felt a little bit different, and now I know why. So I took a 23andMe DNA test, and I got the results I never knew I needed.
Days after Hopie Feek revealed country singer Rory Feek is not her biological father, she is responding to his recent blog post where he talked about their family. Over the weekend, Hopie posted a video on Instagram where she shared the result of her 23andMe DNA test, which she says revealed Rory was not her biological dad.
This is my dad, not the one that everyone knows, and his name is BC. And over the last 6 months, him and I have gotten really close and gotten to know each other, and it's so strange because we're so much alike. There's so much more love to my story than I ever thought there was. And I reconnected with my mom this past year, and she's freaking awesome, and learned just how much she loves me and how much she wanted to be a part of my life, but never really could.
3 days after sharing the video, Rory weighed in on the news on his website with a blog post titled A Different Dad. In the post, he shared that Hopie called him one day out of the blue and asked to speak in person. They met at the gravesite of Joey Feek, Rory's late wife and musical partner in the country duo Joey plus Rory, who died of cervical cancer in 2016 at age 40. He admitted he felt like the call was a quote answer to a prayer because they hadn't spoken in a year, then described how Hopie told him she was not his biological daughter. In response, Rory admitted the news wasn't a complete surprise and went on to explain why he had his suspicions. Quote, "And I shared with her my memory of coming back from Japan in January of 1988 when I was in the Marines after my unit's 6-month deployment to the Middle East, and how me and her mom weren't doing well. And when soon after we found out that she was pregnant, how frustrating it was. How it was a difficult time to add another child to the mix when our marriage was a mess and we were already struggling," adding, "And I shared how that next September I was in the hospital room on the day she was born and how special it was. That she'd come a week or two before her due date and how when the nurse handed her to me, I noticed how beautiful, but also how fully formed and long she was, how long her fingernails were. And I told the doctor innocently, wow, she's really developed for being so early. And how the doctor said, oh no, she's not early. This baby is a week or two past due." Now, Hopie is speaking out about Rory's post, expressing her frustration with what he wrote about their family, writing on Instagram, quote, "Today he shared her private history in his blog, which is extremely disappointing. I shared my story because I couldn't keep the secret all to myself anymore. I'm really not a public person, but because Rory is, my private life becomes content for his fans who are often unkind online." She then went on to explain that she regrets talking to him about her sexuality. Quote, "When I privately came out to him as bisexual, he was hateful and judgmental. Later, he convinced me to let him write about it in his book. I regret that. When his book came out, he had massive support and I had the opposite, more hate from his fans. The things he wrote in that chapter still hurt," adding, "Now looking back at it, I feel like he just used my story to sell books. From now on, I just wish my stories could be my own to tell and share."